I rise today to join my colleagues to honor National Police Week. I became a police officer when I was very young, 20 years old. Many of the calls I responded to still stand in sharp relief in my memory. Today, as we honor the many who have fallen while serving our communities, I first want to talk about a couple of friends of mine, Sergeant James Severin and Patrolman Tony Rosato. My friends and colleagues who were killed by snipers as they were participating in a walk and talk program, an exercise designed to help police better get to know the communities they serve. I think of my dear friend Erwin Jackson, a patrolman who just months before Severin and Rosato had passed away, had saved my life while we were arresting a man wanted for murder. Erwin was killed in the line of duty while his partner attempted to disarm an offender with a gun. Their losses have left incredible marks on me. Now, as a representative for Arizona's 1st District, I've known the pain of losing the hardworking men and women serving our state. Just before I started my first term in Washington, Sholo Officer Darren Reed was killed in a hostage altercation attempting to save the life of a 15-year-old girl from her captor. His loss shook an entire Arizona community and is a testament to his service and his kindness. I remember talking to his family at his memorial. In February of last year, we lost White Mountain Apache Officer David Killywood in the line of duty. On the day we laid him to rest, blue and black ribbons and American flags lined our state highways. The loss of too many good officers working on the front lines this past year have left unbearable empty chairs and kitchen tables across our states and families that are suffering. The officers I work with in Arizona's 1st District are kind, honest men and women who are drawn to service for the sake of others. At the end of the day, their names are too great to count, and the sacrifices they've made too many. As we honor this week, we also recognize the changes that must be made to our policing system to ensure that those who have sworn to protect and serve are held to the highest standards, and we as Congress must help with that. We must rebuild broken trust between police and our communities and work in bipartisan ways to do so. That's the type of police I worked with, and many of us have, and we want to see those officers that are participating in that type of community continue to work. As a former officer, a member of the Bipartisan Law Enforcement Caucus, and the sponsor of several bills to reform policing and better keep our communities and our officers safe, this week is not one I take lightly. We must continue to honor the good, honest officers who have laid down their lives in the line of duty. We must also work toward equal rights, justice, and treatment for all Americans in our criminal justice system. And those goals can go hand in hand if we put aside our differences and work together. Above all, today we mourn and remember all those we have lost and hope that in our words we'll offer comfort to their families. As we keep close in our hearts the loved ones of our fallen officers, we think so of the families across our nation who have lost loved ones in senseless violence.